Hey y'all, it's your girl T Speaks. Man, that last video I felt like I was like all over the place. And I kind of am. So I just kind of wanted to slow my mind down and just chat about what helps me to stay grounded, because right now we getting ready to shift into the next phase of the year. We about to switch gears into the fall season, and we got the holidays coming up. Well, they're not coming up, but they coming up, because man, time is just flying. You know what I'm saying? And so I just kind of want to slow my mind down and talk about what helps me to really stay grounded and motivated. One of the things is journaling. Yes, journaling really helps me stay motivated. It helps me to clear my thoughts. It helps me to document my life, because well, first of all, there's an old saying in social work: if you didn't write it, it didn't happen. And so I like to see my life. I like to see evidence that I was here. I like to get it out of my head on paper and on purpose. Like the financial guru Dave Ramsey said, on paper and on purpose. And so I notice when I journal, and I journal every single day, and I journal first thing in the morning. I notice that when I journal, I am able to relieve my brain from the pressures of life, because life has so many pressures. If you are doing life right, which you probably are because you're living, man, life has so many pressures. And the fastest way for me to relieve that pressure is to write it out. People ask me, what do I write about? Sometimes I have a topic that comes to mind. Sometimes, there's a life event that's happening, or something that I kind of need to process. I can write about that. Sometimes I just read a Bible verse, or a word of affirmation, you know what I'm saying? And, or I'll listen to a song, and I'll be able to just kind of pull from that and just write. So the creativity obviously is there. And it's not, for me, it comes easy. I know for some people it doesn't. And so I'm just trying to say that you don't have to necessarily write to be creative, but write just to ease the swelling in the brain. Ease the swelling in the brain, and the swelling in the psyche, and the swelling in the heart. Another thing that I do to stay grounded daily and to adult well is, what do I do? I read. God, I sound like a nerd. I read. And it doesn't even, I'll show you what I read, as a matter of fact. It don't gotta be nothing extravagant like the Bible, like a whole Psalm 91. You know what I'm saying? It could be something as simple as this, as power versus force. And it's probably mirrored wrong, but I mean, this is my favorite book. This book is so hard to read. And what I'll do is I'll just go through passages, and I'll just I'll just read from it. And the reading is exercise for the brain. And even now I'm reading this as we talk, and a passage says, an individual's level of consciousness is determined by the principles to which they are committed. How about that? What are the chances of me going to this passage while I'm talking about what I'm talking about? An individual's level of consciousness is determined by the principles to which they are committed. So my level of consciousness is determined by the principles, my values, what I like, what I'm, determined to do, my characteristics, my habits, to which I am commitment to be there daily, rain or shine, and sickness and health, for richer or poorer. I'm committed. I'm committed to reading daily. I'm committed to journaling daily. I'm committed to showing up for myself first daily. And I noticed that was a passage out of Power versus Force. So I've been noticing that I have to really put myself first in the morning. First thing in the morning for my day to go, for my spirit to go. If I don't put myself first, by reading, by journaling, by praying, by meditation, by sitting crisscross applesauce in front of a light candle, a lit candle, and just kind of zoning out for a little bit, I noticed that my day just does not have that same flow to it. Things happen during the day. A lot of stuff happens during the day. And it helps me to introduce myself to whatever is happening in that day, whatever may happen. And so I just wanted to encourage you to just find something that really feeds your spirit and do it first thing in the morning. Don't wait till the day starts, because then the day just takes you. It takes you away like a freaking tsunami, man. It takes you, you know what I'm saying? Things are gonna change. It's gonna change so fast, we ain't even gonna know what hit us. We're gonna be like, God, I was just over there. I had the opportunity. I wanted to wait because I wasn't quite sure. And then things changed, and then that opportunity left. And now I have to roll with the punches anyway. And now I have to be with the changes anyway. You know what I'm saying? So find your morning ritual and do it daily, and be unapologetic about it. Be unapologetic about it. And it doesn't have to be this whole seance like some people make it out to be. My ritual is pretty lengthy. It's a 1.5 hour to 2 hour process, but that's because it takes me a little bit of time to warm up to the day and to myself. And I used to be like scared to say that, like, well, what's wrong with you? Why does it take you so long? Because that's just what it is. Another message that I can drop in here before I get off this line is to anticipate your needs. Anticipate your needs. And so I'll give an example. Sometimes I'll have like a Zoom meeting after my workouts in the morning. So I'll work out between 7 and 8 and 9. And then the Zoom will be like right there, like 9:15, 9:30. And because I know I'm going to be hungry after my workout, I pack a lunch. I pack a little smoothie and a banana and some peanut butter or something like that. I'm anticipating my needs. You know what I'm saying? I'm constantly thinking about, what do I need to make sure that I'm successful in this day? There was something about that used to make me feel guilty for preparing for myself. I don't know why. I'll have to unpack that in my shadow work that I do, the work that you do in your spiritual self in your own time. The stuff that's in your subconscious mind, the stuff that is unseen, the stuff that maybe stems from childhood trauma and guilt and shame and rage and anger. But preparing for myself used to make me feel like guilty that I had to take time for myself to be with myself, that I had to take time for myself to be with myself. But now, and it's crazy because we'll prepare for everything else. Well, I love the ice cream truck in the background. We'll prepare for other people. Well, we're like wives, we'll prepare for women, we'll prepare for a husband. We'll, prepare for a job interview. We'll prepare to have a kid. You know what I'm saying? But for ourselves, like, for some reason, like, it's just like, oh, you better not prepare for yourself. You better not anticipate what you need. And it's like, no. We're in the age of reckoning now. We're in a new beginning. Like, when you sit down and you just, and I'll wrap it up. I'll tie this into the ritual that I do in the morning. When I am journaling daily, when I am reading daily, when I'm sitting with myself, I am preparing myself for me. I am anticipating my needs. I'm anticipating that something may happen in the day that might piss me off, that might make me feel some type of way, that might make me anxious, that might make me want to recoil back and go home and get under the covers and be like, F this day. This day can go somewhere. But I know as an adult and having bills to pay and having, responsibilities, I can't run from every little challenge that comes up. And so how do I anticipate myself? How do I anticipate the fight? How do I prepare for it? I journal, I read, I meditate, I spend time with myself. It sounds hella selfish, right? But it's really not. It's really selfless. It's really selfless in my opinion, because if I don't fill my cup up, I don't have nothing to pour from and to give to nobody else that I come in contact with. And so that's how I anticipate my needs. My needs are, I need a lot from me first before I can give an ounce to anybody. And that includes children and pets and supervisors involved. Friends, moms, dads, like siblings. Listen, I require a lot. And so I have to give myself a lot first. And so I'm hoping that this message lands with you, whoever's listening, that it's not selfish to sit and be with yourself and spend time with yourself first. It's actually selfless to do that. It's actually beneficial for you to give you time first before you give your newborn baby time. Like, now newborn babies, they so crazy. You kind of got to give them time, right? But if you're not in a space, if you're in a space where you can give yourself time first, do it, because this is going to benefit everybody else. So now I'm rambling. I'm going to get off this line. Anticipate your needs. Take care of yourself. Do it first thing in the morning. It's the best time to do it when you're fresh, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and the weight of the world ain't slapped you across the face a few times. Like, get it out the way first, and invest in yourself. And if you like this content, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Till next time, I love you guys. Bye.